Hello YouTube viewers, back again in the shed for another little look at a bit of gear. This is the German Army Flecktarn Parka. If you do find these videos useful, helpful, please like and subscribe, really helps the channel, and put your questions in the comments below. So I got this jacket. Really wanted to test out an Army Parka and a Polycotton jacket. Polycotton just means it's a mixture of polyester and cotton. And a lot of that kind of gear, like Fjallraven, is very expensive. And then there's Helikon Tex, seems to be a bit of a cheaper alternative. A lot of people say it's just almost as good as some of the Fjallraven stuff. I'm sure some people would contest that, but I just wanted to test it out, give it a go, because I found that modern waterproof jackets like Gore-Tex and that, it just makes me really hot and I get really overheated and I sweat really quickly and it's just a bit uncomfortable to wear. So they have the purpose, obviously, when it's a little bit colder or when it's really raining and you're not on the move, that's where it comes into play. But I find it's just too hot and sweaty when I'm on the move and doing things. You're always worried about it getting damaged. Actually, that is a point with, you know, a lot of more modern lightweight stuff, is that it does get damaged quite easily. So you always get a really good deal with Army surplus. Obviously a lot of it's used and normally it's heavier. That's the penalty you pay. So with this I've added fab seal on the hood, shoulders, down the outside of the arms, a little bit down the sort of top of the back. Might have done the chest of it, I can't quite remember, maybe down the middle here, but the rest of it I left just as the Polycotton material, so it's really breathable. Now a lot of people say cotton is a really bad material for outdoor gear, and in general it is, because when it gets wet, it gets cold, and it draws the heat out of your body, and it makes you cold, and it takes a long time to dry as well. If you've ever noticed when you've done a washing at home, you wash your clothes, your sports material like polyester sport tops and that, they dry like within a couple of hours, because they never really get that wet because they're not very absorbent. They're pretty much made of plastic. So this is something in between, you know. It's got the cotton, which gives it a good breathability. You could wax it for waterproofness. Fjallraven sell wax, and they actually encourage waxing some of their clothing. They're Polycotton materials. I think it's called G1000. Like I said, that sort of gear tends to be expensive. Actually, this is Polycotton, and it cost me, I'll put the price up on the screen, I can't remember, but it was less than 30 quid. And it came to me in really good condition. Had a bit of a funky smell like you often get with Army surplus gear, not of sweat or body odour or anything disgusting like that. It was more like a musty, dusty smell. I think it's actually a treatment they give it to make it resistant to moths. It might be that. So I washed it, I hung it outdoors for a couple of days separately for a couple of hours each, just to get the wind through it and blow it all out, and it's gone basically. So it wasn't difficult to get rid of. So since I got it, I was like, I really like that camo. I got the jacket, and then since then I've noticed a lot of other people saying they really like the German Army Flecktarn, and it's really effective in the woods if you're trying to be a little bit stealthy on your wild camping. It's great. I'm not obsessed with trying to be as stealthy as possible. I mean, my basher is a desert colour, so it's not that stealthy, but if you are into that, yeah, the Flecktarn is a really effective camo. I just think it looks cool, I like it. It's got a lot of different functions on it, to be fair. I thought Parkas were quite a basic jacket, but this has got a lot going on it. So the zip is only sort of down to my belly button kind of thing. So yeah, so the zip is only down to here. Comes all the way up though, covers your chin. And then obviously you've got poppers that do go all the way down. That was a bit of breathability down here, a bit of ventilation if you want it. You can just leave it open, or you can button it up to protect you properly. You've got drawstrings at the bottom with little cinchers. They're nice thick, like shoelace sort of things. Let's unzip it again. Nice solid zip that. Then inside you've got drawstrings as well for the waist, to cinch the waist in, so you can trap the warm air into your core. And then this is almost like a little kind of skirt bit around the bottom. That allows also a bit more space in the pockets down here, which are zip-up pockets, which is really handy. I don't like pockets that you can't zip up, tend to be a bit annoying. Things just fall out of them. Obviously chest pockets, this is all pretty standard, I suppose, Parka stuff, to have a lot of pockets. There's little loops in there as well. There's one more pocket on the inside left chest pocket. Things you want to keep close to your body. Velcro adjusting on your wrists, so you can keep that tight again, trapping more air or create a bit of ventilation. Little arm pocket there. Might seem like a lot of pockets, but trust me, these really come in handy. You got the Velcro for a patch there. I mean, I'm not into, what do people use that for? Like airsoft and paintballing teams and stuff. The German flag on each side. Some people pick them off, put their own flag on, or just get rid of it. I've just left it on there for now, I'm not too bothered. Obviously you've got these little shoulder straps. I think they really have any useful function for us normal civilians. It's got a decent hood on it. It's not the best hood because there's no adjustment at the back. So I'd like to be able to cinch it up tight around my head like this. When you've got it zipped right up to your chin and the popper done up and you cinch these down, it does stay in place and you can move around with it. It's not too bad. So yeah, it does give you a certain amount of water resistance, just the material being a tightly woven sort of material. This jacket would probably be quite horrible if it got really soaked. Cotton, even polycotton, is never going to be great in a proper downpour. You need like something like a poncho to just throw over, and then you want to get your shelter up. It's more of a jacket for the woods. I did wear it on a day walk, and it was so nice to have this on a windy day with it's not a cold day, it was quite sunny, but there was a really bitter, sharp, cutting wind. And with this, it protected me from that while still not making me overheat and get sweaty like my Berghaus waterproof jacket does. It's a good jacket, but just too hot. Another feature is it does have little pit zips, which is quite nice on a jacket like this. You normally get them in waterproofs. They're only small, and to be honest, they're a little bit too low. I mean, you can see from the seam that the armpit is here. So I'm not sure why they've put the little ventilation holes, the pit zips down here, sort of in the wrong place. But it's something, it adds a bit of ventilation. It's quite nice on a jacket that costs less than 30 quid and it's like a nice, you know, robust, well-built jacket that will last for years and years. To have all those bells and whistles is pretty impressive. The great thing about this, it might sound silly, but it's just so easy to throw on, take off, throw on, take off. It slides on and off well. That's sort of something that's underestimated, I think. When you're wearing layers, people always talk about the layering system, but they don't talk about which materials go with which materials. So if you've got a wool base layer and you try and put a fleece on, they tend to cling and stick together. I've heard of mountaineers from the past, I don't know if they still do it, but they tend to sort of wear like wool and then silk and then wool and then silk, and that allows things to slip on and off easy, and so you can regulate the temperature. And yeah, this being a smooth material, you can throw it on and whip it off pretty quickly. So on the inside, you've got like double material on all the joins where the stitching is, and in here it says a lot of stuff in German, which I don't understand. 2011, I guess that must be when it was manufactured, which is pretty impressive because it's 2021, it's like 10 years old already. And it's amazing condition, I mean it's almost like new. Then it's got a 65% Baumwolle or Baumwolle, don't know how you pronounce that. If anyone knows German, let me know. But that is cotton, basically. So 65% cotton, 35% polyester. And then it says you can wash it at 60 degrees. So on the label, the size is in brackets, and this can be a bit misleading sometimes, so be careful if you are looking for one of these. It's got GR/NR1. So basically, my size, I got a small short. So it's like, I think it's rated as about like 36 to 38 inch chest, which is very standard for a small. Maybe more on a 38 side of things, and short, so it's a shorter jacket, and this fits me perfectly. I've still got plenty of room for layers, by the way, so they fit purposely a little bit big in certain places to allow layers, but in other places it's quite fitted, and with the toggles you can cinch it up to make it a bit more fitted anyway. It's exactly exactly how I would like it to fit. It's perfect. Yeah, quite a feature-rich jacket for what it is, really. I got this from a website called forcesuniformandkit.co.uk. They have some really good gear in there, massive selection, good pricing, charge a bit much for postage, but you know, we can't all be Amazon Prime. I think they're very fairly priced, and the things I've got from there, including this, have always been in good nick, in good condition, and I think they've got pretty good customer services. So if you're not happy with the condition of something, just talk to them and they'll probably help you out. Whereas a lot of sellers on eBay and stuff nowadays that sell in Army surplus, their grade 1 isn't really grade 1. With these guys, if you get something grade 1, it's very good condition. Super grade is pretty much new, and that's how it should be. So yeah, Forces Uniform and Kit, good website. I will be using it again. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, like the Parkas, do you want to see more Army surplus stuff in general, let me know in the comments. So yeah, there's not much more to say. If you want to know anything else, just ask it in the comments below. So I hope this video was helpful. Like I say, don't forget to like and subscribe if you find these videos useful, and thanks for watching.